Today's update is important and it deserves your full attention because a quiet change connected to the IRS is beginning to affect millions of retirees, even though many people have not seen it mentioned clearly anywhere else. This is not about panic and it is not about confusion. This is about understanding what has shifted, why it matters right now, and how it connects directly to Social Security, SSI, SSDI, pensions, and other benefits that older Americans depend on each month. The goal today is to explain this clearly, calmly, and step by step, so you can feel informed, prepared, and confident moving forward. Over the past year, the IRS has made several administrative adjustments that are not being promoted loudly, but they are already influencing how retirement income is reported, reviewed, and sometimes delayed. These changes are not dramatic on the surface, which is why so many retirees have overlooked them. However, when combined with rising benefit amounts, changing tax thresholds, and new payment tracking systems, the impact becomes very real for seniors who rely on fixed incomes. Understanding these updates helps protect your benefits and reduces the chance of unexpected notices, processing delays, or withheld payments. Many retirees believe that once they stop working, the IRS no longer plays a major role in their financial lives. That belief used to be mostly true, but it is no longer accurate. As benefit payments increase and as more seniors receive income from multiple sources at once, the IRS is now paying closer attention to how retirement income is classified and matched across agencies. This does not mean retirees are doing anything wrong. It means the system is becoming more automated, more interconnected, and less forgiving of small reporting mismatches. Social Security benefits, SSI payments, SSDI, survivor benefits, railroad retirement benefits, and private pensions all exist in separate programs, but they now communicate more closely behind the scenes. When one system updates its records, that information may flow into IRS matching systems faster than it did in the past. For retirees, this can feel sudden and confusing, especially if a notice arrives without warning. That is why understanding this IRS update matters now before it causes unnecessary stress. Another reason this update matters is timing. The past few years have brought multiple cost of living adjustments, higher monthly checks, and occasional one-time relief payments. While these increases help with rising prices, they also change how income is viewed for tax and review purposes. Many seniors who never owed taxes on their benefits in the past may now be closer to income thresholds that trigger reporting requirements. The IRS is not creating new taxes here, but it is enforcing existing rules more consistently than before. It is also important to understand that the IRS update does not affect all retirees the same way. Some seniors will notice nothing at all. Others may see changes in how quickly refunds are processed, how notices are sent, or how benefits are reviewed. The difference often depends on how many income sources a retiree has and how those sources are reported. Seniors receiving only one benefit stream may experience little impact, while those with multiple small income sources may see more scrutiny. One of the most overlooked aspects of this update is how it affects stimulus-related payments and relief credits from previous years. Even though those programs are no longer active in the same way, the IRS continues to reconcile records to ensure payments were issued correctly. For retirees, this means old relief payments can still appear in reviews or notices if records do not match perfectly. This does not mean money will be taken away automatically, but it does mean accuracy matters more than ever. Pensions also play a role in this update. Many retirees receive pension income from former employers, unions, or government programs. Pension payments are generally taxable and reporting accuracy is critical. The IRS has increased the use of automated matching between pension providers and individual tax records. When pension information is delayed or reported incorrectly by a provider, the retiree may be contacted even if they did nothing wrong. Knowing this helps retirees understand that such notices are often administrative, not accusations. Another area connected to this IRS update is withholding. Some retirees choose to have taxes withheld from their Social Security or pension payments, while others do not. With rising benefit amounts, the IRS is paying closer attention to withholding patterns. This does not force retirees to change their choices, but it does mean that extremely low or zero withholding combined with higher income may trigger additional review. Again, this is about consistency and data matching, not punishment. For seniors receiving SSI, the situation is different but still connected. SSI is not taxable income, but it exists alongside other programs in federal databases. When other income is reported, the systems cross-reference records to ensure eligibility rules are followed correctly. The IRS update indirectly supports this process by improving data sharing. For SSI recipients, this makes it even more important that any other income, no matter how small, is reported accurately to the appropriate agency. SSDI recipients may also notice indirect effects. While SSDI benefits are treated differently depending on total income, the IRS update improves how benefit amounts are tracked year to year. This matters for seniors who transition from SSDI to retirement benefits or who receive additional income later in life. Smooth transitions depend on accurate records, and the IRS is now playing a larger background role in that process. It is worth emphasizing that none of this means retirees should fear the IRS. The purpose of these updates is administrative efficiency and accuracy. The government is modernizing systems that were outdated for decades. Unfortunately, modernization often feels confusing at first, especially for older adults who prefer stability and predictability. The key is understanding what is happening so surprises are minimized. Another reason this update matters is communication style. The IRS increasingly uses standardized notices that can feel cold or alarming, even when the issue is minor. Many retirees see an official letter and assume the worst. In reality, most notices connected to this update are requests for clarification or confirmation. Understanding that these letters are often procedural helps seniors respond calmly and correctly instead of panicking. This update also connects to refund timing. Retirees who file returns to reconcile benefits, credits, or withholding may notice changes in how quickly refunds are issued. The IRS is prioritizing accuracy checks earlier in the process. While this can slightly slow refunds for some, it reduces errors and prevents future complications. For seniors on fixed incomes, planning for these timing shifts is important. It is also important to understand what this update does not do. It does not eliminate benefits. It does not introduce new taxes on Social Security by itself. It does not automatically reduce payments. Many rumors online exaggerate IRS involvement and create unnecessary fear. Staying grounded in facts helps retirees avoid misinformation and stress. As inflation continues to affect everyday costs, seniors rely more than ever on stable and predictable income. That makes clarity essential. When systems change quietly, confusion grows. This is why so many retirees have not noticed this IRS update yet, even though it matters. It works in the background, shaping how information flows between agencies that manage benefits and taxes. As we continue this explanation, it is important to slow things down and look closely at how this IRS update connects to the everyday reality of retirement income. Many seniors live month to month, carefully planning how each dollar from Social Security, pensions, or other benefits is used. When a system changes quietly in the background, even small adjustments can feel disruptive if they are not understood ahead of time. This is why this update deserves careful attention, especially for retirees who depend on stable income and predictable schedules. One of the most significant effects of this IRS update is how income totals are now calculated and reviewed over time. In the past, benefit increases were often treated in isolation, with limited cross-checking between agencies. Today, benefit adjustments are tracked more holistically. When Social Security benefits rise due to cost of living adjustments, that information does not stay in one place. It becomes part of a larger financial picture that the IRS can see more clearly than before. For retirees, this means income levels may appear higher on record even if purchasing power has not truly improved. This matters because certain thresholds are tied to total reported income. While the rules themselves have not suddenly changed, the accuracy and speed of reporting have. Seniors who were once safely below reporting thresholds may now be closer than they realize. This does not automatically result in taxes or penalties, but it does increase the likelihood of review. Understanding this helps retirees prepare mentally and financially instead of being surprised by official correspondence. Another important connection involves spousal benefits and survivor benefits. Many retirees receive benefits based on a spouse's work history or continue receiving income after a spouse has passed away. These transitions can create temporary overlaps or changes in reported income. The IRS update improves how these transitions are tracked, but it also means inconsistencies are noticed more quickly. For seniors, this reinforces the importance of making sure records are updated promptly when life circumstances change. Railroad retirement benefits and other specialized retirement programs are also affected by this improved data sharing. These programs follow different rules, but they still interact with IRS systems. Retirees receiving these benefits may notice clearer reporting documents or changes in how information is summarized at the end of the year. Again, this is not a sign of new restrictions, but rather of more detailed oversight. Another area impacted by this update is estimated payments and adjustments related to prior years. Some retirees receive corrections or adjustments years after an original payment was made. With improved systems, the IRS is better able to reconcile past discrepancies. While this can bring closure to unresolved issues, it can also reopen old records. Seniors who assumed everything was finalized may feel unsettled when old years resurface, even though the purpose is accuracy rather than recovery. For retirees who continue working part-time, this update is especially relevant. Even modest earned income combined with retirement benefits can shift total income calculations. The IRS now sees these combinations more clearly and more quickly. This does not discourage work, but it does mean that part-time income should be reported carefully and consistently. Seniors who understand this can avoid unnecessary confusion later. The update also affects how dependent-related credits and benefits are reviewed. Some retirees support grandchildren or other family members and may be involved in claiming certain credits. While these situations are completely legitimate, they add complexity to financial records. The IRS update strengthens verification processes, which means documentation matters more than before. Being organized becomes a form of protection. Another important point involves timing and communication. Many retirees are accustomed to slower processes and delayed reviews. The IRS update accelerates certain steps, which can feel abrupt. Notices may arrive sooner than expected, and responses may be required within shorter windows. This does not mean retirees are being rushed unfairly, but it does mean attention is required when official mail arrives. Understanding this ahead of time reduces stress and confusion. It is also helpful to recognize that many IRS notices are informational rather than corrective. The tone of official language can feel intimidating, especially for older adults. However, most communications related to this update are designed to confirm information rather than challenge it. Seniors who understand this are less likely to feel anxious or overwhelmed when they receive correspondence. This update also intersects with banking and payment processing. As benefit payments and refunds move through more modern systems, timing can shift slightly. Deposits may arrive earlier or later than expected during transition periods. For retirees who plan expenses carefully, even small timing changes matter.